Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for bearing with us during the technical difficulties. I'm sure that you understand. We'd like to welcome you to Trash to Treasure. This is our 7th year doing this. My name is Candace Prince. I am with Green Hope Project, a local nonprofit that focuses on art, education, and environmentalism. We do have our vice president here with us as well, Zulema Macias, and our secretary is Darlene Aguirre. I'm going to turn it over to Zulema to say a couple words to you before we begin, just so she can welcome you.
Thank you, Candy. My name is Zulema Macias. I am happy to be serving as the Vice President of Green Hope Project, and I'm so excited to have you see all the entries that have been coming in because the work is so beautiful and you guys are definitely very talented. It was very difficult for the judges to make choices, so I know that we've had a lot of great talent coming through here, so congratulations to everybody. Thank you, Candy.
Thank you so much, Zulema. So just to kind of tell you a little bit more about us and what we have going on. We have our mission, which focuses on art education and environmentalism. And so we seek partnerships with the community so that we can educate people through the arts. So really, in essence, what we do is we try to use arts as a toolbox so that we can create environmental change. So I know that you guys, more than anybody, you know that art has great power. Also, we have cleanups that we do annually. And so these are just some photos from some of the past cleanups that we've done. And so we go off of Montana. And so as you can see, we find contractor waste, we find tons of debris from ranging from tires to books and clothing. And so we're very grateful to the volunteers that do come out and help us clean up our environment. We also do a lot of local events, whether it's workshops or art exhibitions or environmental summits. So you can kind of see some of the things we do locally. We are very happy to come out and work with anybody from elementary to adult. So if we need to go into the schools, elementary, middle, high school, we can even go into college, universities. And if anybody has a local business or corporation, we'd be more than happy to work with your employees to educate you about environmentalism through fun ways, which is art. We also really believe that protecting animals is incredibly important. They are a part of the environment as well. So by default, when we do our cleanups, we're cleaning up a lot of plastic waste. And so the problem is that plastic waste remains in the environment for centuries. And the other problem is that animals will see it in the brightly colored plastics. They think it's food. And so if that gets into their bellies, it fills up. And so they have a lot of health problems and possibly death. So we try to eliminate the microplastics that we find as well. So if you see tiny plastics, those are just as important to pick up as the larger pieces. The larger pieces you collect, of course, because you don't want them to break down to small microplastics. But if you ever do see litter and you're trying to clean up, do not forget to get those microplastics. We don't want those around. When we do our cleanups, we also come across animals that have been abandoned, unfortunately. So we work with local animal rescue groups to save them. So as we're cleaning up the environment, we're also quite literally saving lives. So we also really believe that it is important to get outdoors. So if you go outdoors, you're going to fall in love with nature more. And so, and by the way, if you have anybody else tuning in, can you please tell them to go back to the homepage and click on the new link? We had the technical difficulties with the first one. And so there's a new link. So if you know anybody who's trying to tune in right now, again, we apologize for that. So please let them know to go to the homepage. And so we really want you to reconnect with nature. And so we do a lot of really cool photography workshops. And so not only are you learning about cameras, so about how to work with composition and lighting, but because you're looking so closely at nature through the lens, you're going to find that just because it's the desert doesn't mean that we're not buzzing with life. And so there's a lot of really cool animals and insects and mammals that you're going to find. So we do that as well. We do community murals. And so one such one was racial harmony, addressing environmental equality. And so that was really cool because we had 3 local art teachers who were a part of that. This is on El Paso Street. We also had a middle school student, Desiree. So that was really, really cool that she was a part of that. So you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, that section of the mural was hers with all those different people and the profiles. She just did an incredible job. And how cool is it that we can actually support artists of all ages, but especially the younger ones, to kind of go out and make a difference in our community. Another community mural that we're probably the most proud of right now, just because it's so recent and the scale is so grand, is the Bordalo second mural, which is on Franklin and Mesa Street across from the plaza. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a giant trash mountain lion. And so we brought this artist in from Portugal. We'd been courting him for several years to come. And so he's a world-renowned muralist, and he does these trash animal series. So we did finally get him. The mountain lion was chosen because it is a species of greatest conservation need. Their numbers are declining rapidly in the state of Texas. So what you're looking at here is a 64-foot tall mural made out of plastic waste. So we partnered with Environmental Services Department on this. And what that meant is that they rescued these materials for us before they ended up in the landfill. And we got them power washed, and we turned them into something beautiful. So instead of just rotting away somewhere else, they're actually on display. So this is an example of how art can really be powerful. So like I said, it's a 64-foot tall mural. It's made out of 7 truckloads, huge truckloads of plastic, 10,000 screws. It took 6 days to put together. There was 3 artists that came in from Portugal, and it took 100 hours. So we are very, very proud of it. It's right across from the coffee box. If you haven't seen it, we encourage you to go check it out. Again, we do workshops in the community, from taking paper waste and doing recycled paper, using soda cans for jewelry. We work with the Girl Scouts, we work with adults. So if you're ever interested in working with us, do please reach out. Obviously, we're doing Trash to Treasure. So this is the 7th year. We're really proud of it. And this will be something that we will always continue. This one is our baby. We love to see what you guys make. We have done 1 environmental summit thus far. We are hoping to do more in the future. So now that we're a lot more in person after we got through COVID, we think we'd really like to continue with this. And by the way, we would love for Trash to Treasure next year to be in person, to where we actually have an in-person exhibition to where you can walk around and see the whole gallery. So just stay tuned for that. Coming soon, we're going to focus our sights on something called Precious Plastic, where we build machines where you can put plastic waste into the machines. They grind it up into pellets, like you can see the orange ones here on that photo. And then you can take those pellets, heat them up, mold inject them, and turn them into other items. So in essence, you could give me your Tide bottle that you've already used, and I could give you a clipboard in return, a phone case in return, a bowl in return. So it's just about thinking of different ways that we can reuse rather than have these items end up in a landfill. Also in the future, probably in the summer, we're going to go back to our plant fundraisers. So that's where we take glass bottles that would otherwise end up in a landfill, and we repurpose them so that they become planters. So they have a layer of crushed glass in the bottom for drainage, and then there's a hole drilled in the bottom as well. So those are kind of cool. So please contact us. All the money that is taken from those go back into initiatives like this. So and then I have a 30-second short video I'd like to show you, just so you can kind of see what we do. So take a look. So yeah, I mean, you could see part of the process where Bordalo is building the mural. You can see the cleanups we do. So just all this stuff that we have going on, we're pretty proud of. We would like to give a shout out before we move on to the award ceremony to Rise Federal Credit Union because they did sponsor this event. So the cash prizes that will be received is thanks to them. So thank you for always supporting us from the beginning. Rise has been amazing. And so they're really great to us. So we have top 20 winners that are going to be announced today. So what ended up happening is we normally have first, second, third place in every division, elementary, middle, high school, and adult. It was so hard for the judges to choose only a first, second, third because the quality of the work this year was phenomenal that every division, we had 2 more awards added, which are 2 honorable mentions. So if we have first, second, third, and 2 honorable mentions, we have 5 winners from each division. So we have 5 winners from elementary, 5 from middle, 5 from high, and 5 from adult. And so that means we'll have 20 overall. Those 20 winners will receive cash prizes. They will also have the opportunity to have their work displayed in person at one of the Rise Federal Credit Union branches for another award ceremony that is in person. And so what will happen is those winners will receive a certificate and their check and just have a little celebration and everybody can see their work. If you do hear your name called today, you will need to make sure that you drop off your artwork to us no later than Tuesday, May the 2nd, which is next week, so that we can prepare for the in-person exhibition. If you would like to sign up for our social media, our newsletter, that will be on our homepage, greenhopeproject.org. You can see the little social media icons on the left corner, and you can also see where you can subscribe for the newsletter under the tab that says contact us. And so you just fill out that small amount of information and then you're on our list. Galleries. So for this exhibition, we had, I think it was 334 submissions. It did have to be narrowed down. And so we did have several people that got in. Clearly, if you're here, you've seen the admitted work list and you saw the link. But if you go back to our website on Monday, there'll be a tab that says galleries. That's where you're going to see all the people that got admitted into the show. So not just the winners, anybody who got selected to be in the showcase, you're going to see those names. And the photos of their artwork and all the details for the artwork, you're going to find that on the website, okay? So one more time, if you want to see the gallery for this year's admitted pieces, all 200 something of them, come back to our website, click on galleries, that'll be on Monday. And then just a reminder, coming soon, Precious Plastic. We are seeking educators to help us with curriculum design. We will also continue with workshops. You saw a bunch of pictures of those. We always need volunteers, by the way. So if you're ever interested in helping us organize events or do cleanups, please get a hold of us. We always want collaborations and donations are greatly appreciated. We do thrive off donations. This is entirely a volunteer nonprofit. Like the board members don't get paid. It's just we volunteer. So if you go to our website, there's a donate button. Every penny helps. So it really helps us to do events like this. So, and so the moment you have all been waiting for, I am going to alternate back and forth with Zulema Macias. She will announce the adult winners and I will move on to the high school and then she will do middle school and I will do elementary. So remember that everyone is a winner. I know that sounds cliche, but really it's true because you guys, the work you submitted is incredible. Just because you don't have the label of first, second, third, or honorable mention does not mean that your work was not quality. The judges had a really hard time picking the winners. And so there were several people that were in the running and it was very, very difficult. Not only did it come down to the quality of the work, but it also came down to the consideration of how you used your materials and how much of it really was recycled and how you use the recycling. So the ones that were chosen were just really, really creative and kind of blew the judges away. So I will turn this over to Ms. Macias for the adult division.
Yay, the adults, drum roll. Adult division, honorable mention. Virginia Castañeda, Lo que recuerdo. This is a beautiful piece, Virginia. Lo que recuerdo, what I remember, growing up in El Paso were the alligators in San Jacinto Plaza. I was a small child, but I could recall seeing them in a small pond enclosed with a rod fence. What made it an impression on me was that I also recognized the abuse that they seemed to have gone through. The red circles symbolize the abuse. My alligator is in the Mexican-inspired nicho. in honor of that recuerdo. Beautiful work, beautiful colors, super awesome. Thank you, Virginia. Division, adult division, honorable mention, Francisco Delgado, La Luz de la Vida. All materials used in creating the artwork are projects, paint palettes, acrylic paint, and foam board that my students didn't claim and were going to be thrown in the trash. Looking back at these pieces, I realized how much instruction time and conversations we had regarding their projects. Just like these materials, knowledge and experience in the classroom can be retained by easily disposed of, right? As instructors, we hope that we can make a positive impact on their lives, just like Prometheus. We hope that this knowledge is shared to make them better humans. And yeah, this is beautiful work, like collaged, beautiful work. Adult division, third place. Drum roll. Thank you. Sergic Leon. Ooh, Starry City. The art piece represents the earth and stars. The daylight, we see different colors, and it gives us a sense of greatness, full of life, like the city that you look at from the sky. The night, when it is used with a black light, we see shining pieces that represent the stars. It's almost like we're getting two pieces here, Sergic. This is beautifully done. And I believe it's like little fuses, a bunch of little electrical fuses, and then a resin on top. It's beautiful work.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Sergic's work, he does take a lot. He works where there's a warehouse and they take the scrap waste from computers and things like that, and he just kind of strips them. So otherwise they would end up in a landfill, but he tries to use as much as he can. So pretty awesome work. So congratulations.
Adult division, second place. Yay. Jessie Gandara, her kisses became bullets. This piece is how a lover's mouth can blow kisses one day and insults the next. Too true. Too true. And beautiful piece. I mean, the three-dimensional, well, it's two-piece, but like the upper level, the details, all of this was trash. He talks about the pieces that he put in there, I believe, in the description. And it was just like a bunch of trash pieces kind of bumped together and then sprayed to look like rustic and have this steampunk beautiful piece. Thank you, Jessie. Adult division, first place. Yay, Sarah Refi. Ziggy the Junk Rabbit. He's so funny. I love this piece. I know that Candy and I were just taken by it. Ziggy is a rabbit made from the junk in my classroom. As an art teacher, I have noticed how much excess supplies gets thrown away from the students. The rags, from rags to the bolts to the polymer clay, they do not use at the end of a, they put it in a pile on their tables. Sorry, I wanted to show them that they can create something from the materials that they weren't using, that they didn't use, the broken and torn. Thus, Siggy was born to represent all the things people would simply throw away. He also can articulate his limbs, which means he can move, and which is so cool, very cool. Beautiful work. High school division, Candy.
Thank you, Zulema. Yeah, those pieces are phenomenal. And by the way, we've had several people, whether it's the winners or not, people are asking whether they can purchase the pieces. So you may want to consider pricing, and if you do want to let go of some of these works. So for the high school division, moving on to honorable mention, we have Vivian Busher. The piece is entitled Epitome of Friendship. This is a tempera painting on marbled paper glued onto a sheet of cardboard. So we have seen a lot of works that are incorporating cardboard, but the use of your texture and the shapes and the color and the contrast, this one really caught the judge's attention. So way to manipulate the material. It's really beautiful. Not only is it really clean, but you're considering your surface. So that's really nice. So congratulations, Vivian. The next honorable mention, I have to say this is one of my favorites. Jocelyn Diaz for a piece entitled Pickle. In studying the characteristic of Guillermo de Toro's style, this character was made from the imagination, repurposed class materials, as well as using recycled items. And so this one is just so cool. I mean, this could be something that's like, it turns into an illustration, a comic. It's just really creative. So I hope you continue to elaborate on your characters because you're really good at design. So really cool character design. Our third place winner, holy cow, Holly Orion Koch. Serge Dramon mask. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a mask of my character, Serge Dramon. The mouth is articulated and it opens when you open yours while wearing it. The teeth, the eyes, and marking glow under black light and in the dark. So many different layers that you're dealing with here, not just the design, but it's not rigid. It moves when you move. And you're also considering the black light, and it's just, this is so cool. I do have to say, Orion, I hope you consider going into costume design or something related to that. I know a lot of this was made with plastic. You've got, some fabric materials, but there's a great deal of recycling that's done with the head part of it. You should really consider doing costume and design. This is really cool. You could go work for a bunch of different companies or even movie sets. So good job on third place. Second place goes to Eriani Hermosillo. I'm going to try and pronounce this like I'm French. Robe du. It is a dress that is fully made out of water bottles. The top is made out of the top half of the water bottles, and the bottom is made out of the bottom. The belt is out of the plastic ladles and the middle part of the labels and the middle part of the bottles. The flowers are also made out of the top part of the bottles with the caps. The texture on this is so cool. Just the contrast of the colors, but the texture is really cool. This is a beautiful piece. So congratulations, Erani, on getting second place. First place, oh, my heart for this piece. I'm going to tell you why this is so cool. Congratulations, Brittany Aguilar, on getting first place. The piece is called Handle with Responsible Care. This is a wind chime. I wanted to make a turtle to represent the harm of not recycling and the waste that goes into the environment. I used materials that were known to hurt sea turtles and the ocean. This is why I crocheted a turtle with plastic bags and used cans to make my art piece become a wind chime. So not only do you have this really clear message about what the piece is meaning to do, handle with care, but if you look at the turtle closely, you're going to see all that white. She crocheted the plastic bags. So the bags, when you go shopping, she kept them all and she just worked with them as if they were material, if they were textile. This piece is beautiful. The proportions, everything, the outline, you just did a really great job. And thanks for bringing awareness about something that really needs it. And we will move on to middle school. I will toss this over to Zulema.
Thank you. Those are beautiful pieces. I love that turtle. Middle school division, honorable mention. Beautiful piece, Veronica Jolene Onofre. Happy Death Day. 3 human skeletons celebrating a birthday. It is meant to look old and worn despite of the happy moment. This piece is meant to represent those who think about and celebrate the birthdays of those who they have lost. And, we celebrate Day of the Dead here a lot. So it's really beautiful to remember birth and life and death all, at the same time. So beautiful piece, great use of materials. Everything here was recycled, just their artistry put it together. Great job, Veronica. Middle school division honorable mention. This is a group project. Sabrina Ureno, Ariana Ortega, Dakota Fisk, sorry, Madam, Sienna Witten, Darlene Castro. I want to make sure, Castillo, sorry. I want to make sure I got those names. Mariposa. We have chosen to create a sculpture of the monarch butterfly. The monarch butterfly has entered the IUCN red list of threatened species as endangered. threatened by the habitat destruction and climate change as of July 21st, 2022. Students decided to place it on a flower. Also, the materials they mentioned here were ridiculous. I can't wait to see this one in person. Somehow they said they used a tennis ball in there, and I am so curious where it is. Beautiful work. Middle school, third place, Gracie Angeli Lopez. Mr. Reyes. Mr. Reyes is the band teacher, but not just any teacher. He is my idol. This is so beautiful. I can't, it's so beautiful when you guys as students show us like your hearts from the inside. This is what that is. Our prompt for Big Art Day this year was heroes and our leaders. Mr. Reyes is my hero, and this is the most beautiful part. And I see him as a father figure. Beautiful work when teachers touch children's hearts and those children make beautiful things out of it. So thank you so much, Gracie. That was beautiful. Middle school division, second place, Ali Lopez, my childhood. I feel like my artwork represents my individuality with the exact animal that I used as a base for my artwork. Growing up, I really like giraffes because of how colorful and unique they are compared to other animals, because one would not mistake an animal that is 18 feet tall and yellow for another animal. It shows how unique they are. This is why I gravitate towards them more than any other animal. My artwork also shows my creativity with the color palette I used and the subtle difference between the smaller giraffe and the bigger giraffe. Yes, it does, Ali. Your work is beautiful. I believe you've already won several awards for this. Congratulations. Keep getting it, girl. Okay. Middle school division, first place. Yay. This is also a group project. Ashton Dupree, Cecia Rojas, Judith Favila, Gracia Jara, Amber Long, Leila Schaller, just making sure. Desert Cottontail Rabbit. A desert rabbit in an array of colors to symbolize El Paso rich culture diversity. And yes, it does, because it looks like a piñata. It definitely has that El Paso diversity. I hope nobody hits this rabbit because, it's super cute and it's art, but it does look like a piñata. And if you could tell, it's all made out of like those Dorito plastic bags that are so hard to biodegrade. So thank you. Very good work.
Thank you, Zulema. Moving on to our elementary division and our final one, we have honorable mention, Anel Torres and Kayla Rodriguez, Viva la Vida, Colorida Frida Kahlo. This artwork represents the bright colors in the life and paintings of Frida Kahlo. You can pretty clearly spot the milk jug right there. So that's what they use for the head. So we got cardboard in there. We have plastic. This is really, really cool. It's amazing what the elementary kids come up with. This one, honorable mention, is done by a baby. It's one of our first graders, if you can believe it. Emery Beltran, La Puerta Rosa. Mom and daughter inside a blue frame and covered with a plastic container. Again, first grade, seriously. I hope you keep doing art, Emery, because this is really, really great. So congratulations on your honorable mention. Moving on to third place in our elementary division, we have Lucia Borunda and Emilia Borunda. I'm gonna guess that they're related. Gatonejo. This sculpture is an alebrije, a traditional Mexican figurine of a fantastic creature that is sometimes a combination of two or more animals. Our alebrije is named Gatonejo, referring to a gato and a conejo, or cat and rabbit. So talk about really using the plastic. They went above and beyond with this. So congratulations, Lucia, and congratulations, Amelia. This is really, really beautiful. It's really, really clean, and I really love the colors you used. So good job. I'm glad you saved all those bottle caps too. Moving on to second place. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe these are elementary. This reminds me of like a Van Gogh piece just because of the colors. So second place goes to Vanessa Vela for The River, made with found objects and painted to look like it was abandoned. And so I can see some soda tabs on the right. It looks like some cardboard texture on the top, and on the left, it looks like we've got some bubble wrap going on. So not only is it beautiful and the colors are really cool, it is kind of more of an abstract piece, but it has a definitely cool texture and kind of flow to it. So congratulations, Vanessa. And our final winner, first place, Leila Aro Narvaez, the Hand of Liberty, the hand of the Statue of Liberty, which is the silver section. You can see that soda tabs, and they're holding the torch, which is the copper. It looks like jacks and stuff like that. And so we've got some use of the tin here. I mean, for an elementary student to do this, even for an adult or for a high school student, that is so hard to get the shape of the hand that way. This is beautiful. So congratulations, Layla. I do want to just say as a reminder, if you did hear your name called today, we will need your artworks in the office no later than Tuesday next week. So we'll be reaching out to you for all the details. You'll check your email and we'll tell you where to go. So we do need these physical pieces so we can have the Rice Federal Credit Union in-person exhibition. So again, congratulations to all of our winners. If you would like to follow us on social media, don't forget it's on the homepage at our website, top left corner. If you'd like to sign up for the newsletter, that will be in the top right corner. And check back on Monday. We're going to put the full gallery up of all the admitted winners, everybody who got into the show. That will be ready and up by Monday. So just go to the website, click on galleries, and then you'll have the T2T gallery. And then if you can donate, like we said, this helps us to continue initiatives like that. And so special thank you to all contributing artists. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a pool of amazing works to pull from. Teachers, it takes you to advertise this. So without you telling the students, they don't know it exists sometimes. So good on you, teachers. And thank you for doing all the work you do. I know you go above and beyond for the kids. Thank you to Rice Federal Credit Union for sponsoring this. So they not only put their time where it counts by volunteering with us, but they also put their money towards helping local community events such as this. Thank you to our jurors. Thank you to all of our sponsored partners and donors. Thank you to Zoom Design and Cyrillic Productions for that amazing 30-second spot video. And all of our supporters at home, thank you so much. And we hope you have a wonderful weekend. And thank you for being patient with us for all the technical glitches. I hope you know that we do what we do because we love it, and we love you, and we love the mission that we have set out to fulfill. So, life happens, technical glitches happen, but thank you so much for being patient. And thanks for believing in us. So on that note, we'll let you go. Have a great weekend. Bye.